Hello everyone, it's Mystic Juicer back with some more Fantasy Strike action. So as mentioned in the 300 subscriber video, Raziek dropped by and played some games, and so this is still the same build. This is an outdated build at this point, and we're just messing around with some characters. This is the first time that he has picked up the game and gotten a chance to play it. So I am on the left playing DeGray, he's on the right playing Geiger. First rounds of most of the matches are going to be him just like me walking him through the moves that each character has, talking about the fact that, you've got standard gear, you've got delayed gear if you hold special 1 on the ground. The gear icon indicates that you've got charge. If you're walking forward, it depletes. If you walk backwards or you're standing still. Also, if you use his upper kick, his chrono punt, that's going to deplete as well. His super, he just walks a set distance, and then you get a chance to do whatever you want. So you can use it to extend combos. You can use it to punish jump-ins or punish buttons being pushed at certain distances. It gives you a really good opportunity to get your damage in. It gives you an opportunity to get out. Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't really show up because I'm recording at 30 frames instead of 60. So when he jumps into the air and his character disappears, he should be actually flickering, and he actually does flicker in the game itself, but just it does not appear on camera. So if Geiger disappears, it's because he's disappeared. You can't hit him. It just gives him an opportunity to hang in the air for a little while. So DeGray has that, in this build at least, he still has that very, very effective mobility tool. His jump special gives him this aerial mobility. It crosses up. It also has pretty good distance on it. You can hit with the tip of the toe there. And that'll hit in front. And yeah, I'm just trying out DeGray because I've played a lot of the grapplers, and DeGray seems interesting. I just wanted to give him kind of a test drive. So yeah, there I'm figuring out kind of what I want to do. Should have been able to get the full 3-hit combo off of that cross up there. Just hit the follow-up attack buttons a little too late. So those kicks are invulnerable to basically everything. So he's got 3 different tools off of the end of that, or a couple of different things he can do off the end of that backwards slide, which is, yeah, that's for 1 damage. What I could have done there with Ghost holding Geiger in place is go for the 2 damage pile bunker, which is the massive punch. And yeah, a bit of a scramble there. He froze time and then moved, jumped oddly, and I was able to get behind him. So yeah, you can see moves right through projectiles. Still getting the hand of exactly where in the arc I want to place that. Yeah, finding my buttons. So very, very early DeGray here. But yeah, so you've got that to discourage him pushing buttons, right? Once they start respecting your the backslide into kicks, you've got different options. If they're just going to sit back and block, you can immediately go for throw. You can kind of play safe on block by just hitting normal attack, which is also very effective. But yeah, the main thing that I've found with DeGray that's handy and useful to do is definitely the cross up into attack twice just for 3 damage. It's 50% damage. Yeah, so you can, so long as you're hitting that, you should be doing pretty well. His neutral and the use of his thing, I'm definitely not at any point where I'm using his command normals and stuff effectively. So definitely something to work on. So that is unsafe. He should be able to just throw me, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he can always his kicks are way more effective than mine. I have way more invulnerability and priority, so good stuff for him to do. Nice. Catches me with the throw off of my backswing. DeGray has insane walk speed. Oh man, the Yomi counter, too good. So I was trying to get him with air super there, and I landed just behind him, and he just let go and knew he was going to go for a throw of some kind. Definitely have to readjust to just pressing neutral A when you're really close to get rid of the threat of Yomi counters. Yeah, there we go. We put him in the mix-up. We're still going to get hit by this because we forgot to hold back, but feeling ourselves a little too hard. Yeah, finger guns. Finger guns is such a good button. Comes out so fast. Covers such good distance. Really great move. So I'm going to try to start getting him with my counter super here. Try to get exactly through that. Don't really have the distances down yet. Yeah, uppercut. Wake up DP, you got to do it. Yeah, with the ground super. I'm like definitely way antsier with. Oh, this was great. So because I'd already crossed him up, he hit super just as I'd already crossed over, and so he just walked into the with the super, walked into the corner and took the lethal point of damage. So we had a good chuckle about that. It's all calculated, I promise. Yeah, getting some good damage conversion. Yeah, and that's a free punish off of that. So I've got to be a little more judicious with my use of just with the. I just don't have the nerves of steel required to be able to pull off the ground counter yet. I should really be spending it on air super for now, and then once I get a sense of when he wants to push a normal button. So I'm trying to find my rhythm here with the like back step kicks to kind of get a sense of like what I should be looking for, like training your reactions in your eye with a new character. It's just hard. You gotta start all over again. I could have gone for pile bunker there for the 2 free damage. Oh, just narrowly missed the meaty. Could have gone for some sort of throw there. I'm sure he was holding back. So I gotta look for that setup in the future. I know DeGray has, at least in this build, I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure it's in all instances of all builds with DeGray. He gets a lot of stuff off of counter hit. So counter hit pile bunker, you can actually combo into another pile bunker as soon as you see it. You've got this ground bounce that it puts your opponent in. So you can freely punish that for 4 damage if you get counter hit pile bunker. When Abbott when Silmarian and Jushichi came over to play off the last videos, there we go. Ghost Chan into pile bunker for the kill. They discovered some pretty cool tech where like you can use the ground smash into like forward A into some stuff. Like you can deal a lot of damage off of counter hit with DeGray is basically the story. I know that one of the things they changed from this instance from this build to the next was the properties on DeGray's like aerial kick move changed, so it no longer crosses up. You can combo it into itself though, so you're able to like kick and then kick again for a lot of aerial mobility. We can cross a lot of distance, and I should be safe here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I did it too late. Missed it in the scramble. I get lucky with the kicks and am able to close out that set. Yeah, so DeGray is interesting. The issue though is that I love the grappler characters in this game way too much, and so like it's really hard for me to justify picking up another character to play around with. But it is definitely the case that like the characters in this game are really interesting, which is really cool. Like the move set is fairly limited. Like you basically have like 3 normals, 2 ground specials, like maybe with a slight variation in in one of the ground specials. And then you've got air normal, 2 air specials, and then air super, ground super. So like between all of those things, you have just enough for the characters to feel like not one-dimensional. You have there's definitely a game plan to each character. Like there's stuff that you want to be doing, but it just feels like it feels fairly clean. But it also feels like there's enough flexibility and variation for you to do different stuff and try out different approaches, to be able to react to different game plans and different character specific like actions or moves that your opponent has, where maybe this move A, like aerial move A, is your go-to thing in one matchup, and then there's another move that you find yourself doing. Maybe you spend way less time in the air, that kind of stuff. Yeah, it feels nice. It feels good. Like it's intelligible. It's very very easy to pick up. That's the key thing, right? I harp on it in every single video I make, and that's not gonna stop happening anytime soon. I'm super hopeful that this will pick up like a fair amount of fans when it is finally live and has online. I cannot wait for online play for this game. It's definitely going to be getting in on that action, making videos of that when that happens. So again, I'm playing Jaina here. I have not played this matchup ever before, so I'm just trying to figure out what I can punish with different stuff. Can I zone in this matchup? I haven't spent any time, so I don't know if she has anything like on knockdown. I don't know what moves have priority against Grave. I'm way in the dark here, so I'm just trying to figure out, just doing stuff to see what works at all. One thing that we discovered that absolutely does not work in this matchup is trying to punish air like Tatsu or the air spin like whirlwind kicks with super. That just does not work. Like you have to pretty much do it, I think, as soon as Grave like leaves the ground, because if he's at the midway point, I don't know what happens, but it basically he gets sucked back down to the ground. He has absolutely the opportunity to block there. Okay, so we did discover that Jaina's uppercut beats Grave's uppercut if you play them, if you push them more or less simultaneously. Did some experimentation with supers, yeah. So Grave's super does not reach all that far, although Jaina's does have some reach there. And the other thing too is Jaina's super, I think, has longer invulnerability actually than Graves does. So if if Grave activates, you can immediately activate Jaina's super, and you should be good if you are relatively close. If it's close enough to hit, you should be fine. So here we go. Yeah, Air Tatsu. That one was just a whiffed super. So there's definitely something in Jaina's super where it activates, but there's just enough frames of like active frame, or just enough startup on the super that if you if they're already in motion, then you've whiffed it. So getting the spacing on her like super punish and also her dragon punch in neutral was really tough. I had a tough time kind of feeling out that distance. Definitely takes some time. Yeah, point blank fireballs are not gonna work out for you here. Okay, go back to fireball wars. Try to get some chip here. Got way too close. Eat a bunch of palms. Yeah, and then then Hadouken my way, or Shoryuken my way to death here. Yeah, the fact that Jaina has that little run that she does prior to her dragon punch is definitely throwing me off. Okay, land, managed to get the Yomi counter. I don't think that one was all that intentional. Try to call them out when they are intentional. Okay, so yeah, on when wind is active, Jaina is able to contest fireballs if she can hold to second charge. If she just like immediately releases the fireball, Grave's fireballs have 2 hit points in that state, so they will just travel through unimpeded. So as soon as wind is active, Grave wins the fireball war on the ground. Trying to punish my wake up here. Managed to get him with the normal DP. Probably could have punished that harder. I don't know what Jaina's like standard like normal into something combos are. And uses wind to grab me in as I'm trying to hold back to get away, so I'm not in a Yomi counter state. Yeah, with the DP, that's a free punish, and because Jaina's DPs cost a hit point, that is a lot of free damage that I am giving up here. Yeah, I'm doing something silly there. Get punished. I'll wake up with a meaty attack. So he's definitely taking a lead here, and yeah, there you can see. So he was basically in the midpoint of his jump, and there's just like the super just does not hit. You have to like as soon as they leave the air you can get them, but that's basically it. Trying to save myself there with aerial fireball. There we go. That time I knew he was going in for the throw, so I was able to just wait as the wind brought him too close. So he had to just play do neutral A there. He's trying to set up for chip lethal, so hoping that the 3 damage fireball would hit him just as the air fireball locked him down into block stun. But yeah, no setups. This is no setups, Jaina. I've got no tech. I'm going to slowly start trying to apply some of the stuff I saw at FSX. Nice, get him for 2 damage with the super there as the hit stun pushes him back into the second arrow. And I was trying to get over that fireball with air fireball, so takes the set there. So again, still haven't seen him do enough stuff to know what I can punish here. Okay, he's just advancing. Don't know what I don't feel comfortable pushing normals because I don't know, like Jaina's normals feel weird to me. Like her forward kind of swivel kick is weird. I don't like her sweep. It doesn't feel like, I don't know, they feel really clunky and odd. It's probably just that I'm not used to them, but I don't know. I just don't like the way they feel, so I just very rarely end up pushing them, which is really bad. Like any character is gonna, like, the normals are really important. There, you can't afford to ignore that big a piece of a character's kit. So I've got him at 1 chip here. Okay, there we go. Get him to spend it. Luckily managed to position myself behind him. Yeah, and then I was pushing something, probably a DP. I was probably DPing. Why wouldn't I be? But he's going up. It looks like 3 games. Yeah. Oh man, was only able to punish with throw. Thank goodness. Saw the meaty coming. Oh, it goes through both fireballs. And yeah, now we've got infinite DPs now. Because if we whiff the DP, we're gonna die anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Luckily, catch in some damage here. Did we catch him pushing? No. Okay. Luckily, we don't pay with our lives. Staying alive here. Charge up a fireball. 1 damage. Yes. Okay. Was hoping I had just enough distance that I would be able to kill him with the fireball, and it managed to work out. Yeah, just walk up block. Oh, man. Okay. He did something. He reacted to the button press. Could have done his own DP, possibly. Normal, basically, special move invulnerability does not cancel out super invulnerability. It seems to be the rule, generally. Okay, we're at full distance. Yeah, just managed to close things out. So 2-2. Closing up the set a little bit. Okay. Avoid the meaty with the super. Nice. Normal into fireball. Yeah, now he's gonna start jumping. I don't know how to deal with his he's gonna notice fairly soon that I don't know how to deal with his aerial Tatsu. So I'll start doing that way more often. It is safe on block, I think. Like he can do it, I can block, and he's still it's either not enough for me to really for it to be my turn entirely, or he's got advantage. I'm not sure which. Try to lay down some fireballs. My zoning with fireballs is definitely very weak. I'll charge up here to see if I can deal with. No, it just jumps over it. Trying to focus more on a more generic. Oh, there we go. The punish. And gets full super animation. Now I'm trying to focus a little bit more on trying to get a nice closes up the set. I was trying to focus on playing a more kind of stable fireball DP game. So we're gonna try to go back to basics here. At least try to play some semblance of a game plan. Pretend like we know what we're doing. Block some more maybe. Okay, I got the autocorrect DP. That was nice. Yeah. So again, have to do it as soon as he leaves the ground. Otherwise, bad business. Okay, don't get punished too badly there. And again, we do win the DP war. Trying to throw some ambiguous fireballs here. Doesn't know to see if if you can throw it just above their head, so they have to just stay on the ground, or you can throw them right at their head. So they've got to block or jump over it. Managed to kind of trade my way out of wind here. Again, try to work for some. There we go. Okay, we've kind of started feeling out the timing. Okay, went for wind right into my face. That's free DP. Set up chip. Oh, and that's going to be it. Yeah. So I was invulnerable for a bit, but then I hit the apex and he was able to... his invulnerability lasted a little bit longer than mine. Okay, gets in close. Yeah, and that's not going to work. So again, really losing... Oh, I could have lost a lot of hit points, I think, on that. I don't know if that's actually safe on block. I don't think it is. I would not expect it to be, anyway. Although it could be, I don't know. So there we go. If you get it just before, like, or just after they leave the ground, it should be okay. Okay, so slight lead here for Raziek as Grave. Yeah, there we go. We've got the timing down a little bit more. We've got some distance. Yeah, we're starting to punish those air Tatsus. Oh, yeah, just got antsy. Like, oh, I think I can still punish this. Oof, that's rough. 1 hit point left. Gotta find 4 damage. Yeah, and there it is. Okay, still safe. Managed to push him far enough away. Okay, beat the Tatsu. Yeah, and that hitbox is just a little too far forward for me to get away from. 3-1. Gotta turn on the heat. Go down to fireball. Try to get the meaty fireball timing a little bit better. Okay, wind towards him. Mostly works out. 4 hit points to 1 now. Yeah. I got impatient. Had to do it. Had to try to do it to him. I think that's 3 sets in a row, or maybe 2 sets in a row. I might have won the first game or the first set where he was still learning the Graves buttons. Grave in full effect here. Trying to mix in. Yeah, okay, the sweep is all right. I feel like I need to make sure that I'm canceling. That's the move I really don't like the feel of, the forward slide kick thing. Like, the animation just feels a little weird and it just doesn't feel good to press. I don't like to press it. I don't know what role it plays really, so again, I have to do some more lab work to figure it out. Okay, knife hands, good normals. He can knife hand into fireball for damage. Well, there. Now I'm starting to like, oh, okay. So if you get knocked down close enough and you immediately go into air fireball, you can get some weird Like you can get some really weird and ambiguous like cross-up situations. Now that air fireball actually, so the reason he got hit, it was not the what is that knee called? Whatever, the leap, the forward knee, that was definitely air fireball. You can see it again there. Yeah, so forward knee on like meaty, you can actually get to cross up depending on the timing, and it's just like it's so disgusting when it works, because I think you can actually, I'm not sure how real it is, but I think you can knee into knee if you get the cross up, because of the distance that it puts you away. I felt really proud of that. I was like, okay, I actually like punished, like saw the normal and was able to punish with super there. So I felt pretty happy about that. Definitely feeling a lot better about this round. Playing a little bit more stable maybe. 2 damage in the air there was nice. Okay, now he's in close. Yeah, went for a normal. There we go. That's that really delicious height that I was talking about. Oh no, don't let it end like this. Okay, I think I can super there. Yeah, there we go. So his animation lasts, moves him just a little bit further along, and then I stay invulnerable for long enough that I can close it out. Clean sweep. Feels good. All right, we see some Lum. I'm gonna go, I can't remember who I pick here. Okay, so yeah, me on the left again, Midori. Raziek trying out Lum. So this is a very, very early version of Lum. Tons of placeholder animations. You can tell because it still uses the generic placeholder throw. The Lum skeleton, very, clearly not kind of there. So Lum's really neat. Like a lot of good normals. Like look at that forward. Look at the range on that forward normal if you see it. Yeah. So special 2 I think is roll. Special 1 is item toss. Ground. Super is whatever the like multi item. Air super is amazing. You toss down these dice, and then as you hit them, they like move in different directions, and they don't disappear until they hit somebody. Like even if they're blocked, they don't disappear. Oh no, okay, they disappear on hit or block. But like, so cool. Like you can set up some really disgusting like item toss setups and weird stuff like that. Yeah, normal into roll is apparently very good. Midori, of course, got the dragon. Just continue to apply pressure. Something I noticed that I hadn't been doing before is I kept expecting, I guess because I'm trained from Yomi to like think of like his headbutts and stuff as being enders, like you can't follow them up or anything like that. But like if you do his headbutt on the ground and it gets blocked, it actually moves him up in the air, and you can do it follow up. You can do any of the 3. You can do normals in the air. You can do his like air to ground command throw. You can do another headbutt. At which point then it stops like putting you in a state where you can do stuff like that. Ooh, just the tip of the foot before I get hit. Take that round. But yeah, like his like dragon headbutt does cross ups on knockdown if you do it late enough. Like if it's late enough in his body, is like, oh god, there's so much disgusting stuff that Midori has. I love Rook. I'm gonna be playing a ton of Rook, but I'm gonna be playing a lot of Midori as well, because this character is hells of fun. Yeah, item toss. So again, the cake gives super meter. The watermelon gives health back. The bomb deals, I think, 2 damage if you get hit by it, and it does do friendly fire, so you've got to watch out about that. The mini Lum just deals 1 point of damage. You can it acts a lot like a projectile, so if it's in the air you can hit it and it'll disappear, but once it's on the ground, if you attack it with something that has a hurt box, you are going to take the point of damage. But you can do stuff like Rook, for instance, his thunderclap that defeats projectiles. You can thunderclap through through mini lums. Okay, so this is not my rook. This is Raziek's rook. And I'm trying out Setsuki, a character that gives my rook a lot of trouble. But yeah, I basically told, like, I gave him the tutorial, and it was basically, okay, what you want to be doing is you want to be playing special 2 is your on the ground is your command throw. It's got in this build, it has infinite hits of armor. So always be pushing it, like push it constantly. So I figured, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna show him how, like, you know, the difficulty that rook has with, like, dealing with Setsuki and stuff. But man, oh man, he really put me through the ringer. My Setsuki is garbage. Like, I do not know how to play this character yet. People, like, for anybody who wants to beat me in my, like, early games when this thing gets online, pick Setsuki and just, like, jump around me. I hate it so much. Part of it is that I just need to be more consistent with just holding down jump. So when you're knocked down in particular, you don't want to be trying to time pressing jump in order to avoid CMB right off the gate. In order to avoid the meaty command grab, you have to be holding it, and holding it will guarantee that it jumps at the first possible frame, and then you avoid the command grab entirely. And yeah, so I just had not made, like, that's an adjustment definitely needs to be made. Then he's got to convert to start doing like normals and stuff, like meaties on knockdown. Yeah, it just gets me with the tip of the CMB. 3-0. Man, I had a lot of trouble dealing with his rook. It definitely gave me an appreciation for how good I had it with this character. I mean, I think there's definitely stuff that you can do to rook to oppress him, is clearly, because I lose games. But I do not know how to do that stuff yet. It's definitely not as comfortable and as easy as I thought it was. I keep trying to do her, like, jumping command throw, but I don't. I mean, clearly the spacing of it is a lot tighter than I thought it was when it was happening against me. I am, like, 3 to that thing. It's brutal. All right, so he's got. Oh yeah, I should have just blocked that. Definitely have enough time to block that stuff. It's possible that I was trying to jump out of it. Yeah, tried to go for command throw there. Got punished by the. Yeah, it's like, man, I just jumped right over him. It's weird. I think the it may be that he's been using a lot of that what I think of as the rock armor move, that, like, leaping punch, and it does in fact change his rook's hurt box quite significantly. It moves it down so that you can actually use it. For instance, if Jaina is using, like, head or chest height, like shoulder for rook height fireballs, like horizontal fireballs, you can use it to actually duck under it and get further in. Man, that autocorrect. That was actually normal throw too. That's brutal. Yeah, he just walked up slowly. Was gonna go for the Omi counter, and then he kept walking up and was like, "Oh God, no, I got to do something." And he grabbed me out of it. Made me regret being alive. So I've got to think that like aerial squirrel move, like a flying squirrel move, can't be unsafe on hit. So there's got to be something that I don't know that you can follow that up with, and I just don't know what the moves are. Yeah, so I'm trying to get him with these teleport shenanigans. Mostly I'm just trying not to die. Jumping out more consistently. Got some normal throws here. Just trying to find some way to approach. Yeah, with the teleport throw, and then get normal thrown for 2 damage for lethal. But yeah, I'm like, oh man, I'm really feeling my my anti-rooking experience. It's gonna be the same thing. Watch, it's gonna be the same thing as in Yomi, where I just can't beat rook. Like, I don't know how to play against rook. Actually, that's not true. I actually quite like the rook mirror I like the Rookmere a lot. We played a ton of that at FSX against, I think, Jim the Incredible or Jim the Stupendous or something like that. Shout outs to Jim. Yeah, it was a lot of fun playing that matchup. I always love. I played Seaweezy in the tournament, and lost 2-1 in a very close, relatively close Rookmere. I definitely fell apart in the last set of the round, but as I was going home the next day, I'm like, okay, I figured out some tech. There's definitely some adjustments I would make. So, watch out, Seaweezy. I'm coming for you. Oh man, yeah. Just hoovered into that throw with that slide. Yeah, and just was not. I was trying to time the jump. You just have to hold it. Jump forward, and that is not a meaty setup of any kind. So we're going to give it another shot. See if we can get something going here. See if we can take at least one round off of this menace. Okay, there we go. So there is some kind of spacing thing where you have to just space it a little bit better than what I was doing. Okay, so far so good. We've only got 2 hit points left. Just gotta not die. There we go. I was expecting a normal throw or something, or just the boot. He's not been pushing the boot as a button like at all, and it's really weirding me out. Like that is the move that I like press the most. But I guess I'm not really dealing with what he's doing otherwise. So why would he need to adjust, right? Okay, phew, we're out. Managed to avoid it. Deal some damage. Two hit points to 2 hit points. We can make this happen. Come on. Close it out. No. That's not how you do it. Kudos to Raziek. He's really putting me through the ringer here. Just trying to get some distance. I think if I squirrel and then just jump a little bit more often. Yeah, that move is not throw invulnerable, so you can grab her out of startup. So basically, if you're playing this matchup and you see Setsuki just go into raw, like she shouldn't be going into raw super, that's bad. But if she does go into raw super, you can just hit the bumper for that super and punish for 3 damage. Okay, we're out with the teleport, thank goodness. Yeah, and I just don't have the distance of the hooligan throw like down at all. I'm just not getting it. I was like, okay, screw it. I can't deal with Rook's massive body. I'm gonna try out Valerie. It's like, okay, can't poke her. So in the next build, again, Valerie did get some different stuff that she can do. Notably, so I think the issue with this matchup is very difficult for Valerie in this version of the build. Not because of how I'm getting my ass kicked, but just because it just is difficult. Like I talked to Leontes about it, and the issue with it was that essentially after the second Rekka, if you did anything except stand there, then you got demolished by normal throw, I think was the issue. So in the next patch, Valerie got, I think, a couple of different things, but the most notable of it is when she does that like 2-move paintbrush Rekka, she also can hold back, and that gives her an option where she just dashes back. So you can make that very, very safe, I think, on block as well as hit. But in this particular instance of the build, the only thing that I am going for, I was really mad about that. the fact that I hit him in the air and he was able to recover faster than I was to get to the ground, that was pretty rough. But basically all I'm fishing for is those cross up like dash kings or dash kicks, as I think. Dash kings as I think about it. I think of it as the Valerie's king in Yomi. And when I do successfully hit it, then I can just Rekka into infinite amounts of damage. So all the chip there, able to push him into the paint ring. There we go. Right, managing to get some kind of stuff going here. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to use those like forward kicks because they are throw invulnerable. And they do hit twice, so in the next version they will actually interrupt the special, the command throw. In this one they do not. Okay, we managed to jump out, punish. Okay, we're starting to find our rhythm. Against Valerie, I just very much have to train my eye. As Rook, I need to train my eye to recognize and react to that cross-up move. I just never see it in time. And I know it can be done ambiguously so that you hit in front, but I just always get hit by cross-up. So I just need to start adjusting and figuring out exactly what the kind of distance I need to be looking for. Okay, so this might trade. No, managed to get it. Oh, yeah, and again, just don't know exactly how those hits are going to pan out. And Raziek manages to clean up the set. I saltily ask for the run back. Trying to figure out if that's a move that's going to do anything for me. No. Just narrowly avoid, I think, clipping him there. So I could have... It was sound in theory. Not in practice. Yeah, I'm just hitting the distance not quite right. I need to be getting closer. Problem is, as soon as I get close, he actually reacts very nicely by switching to Air Lariat to punish that. Yeah, need to be jumping out of that. I was expecting the kick. Okay, so this should be safe. No, drop to the ground to get hit by sweep. Brutality here. He's up 2 games. Come on. We've got to be able to take a game off a Rook. At least one. Yeah, all the air moves are really effective against that cross-up king because there's no actual hurt box on it until the splash arrives. So yeah, I've got to mix it up. So what I started doing was just aerial paintbrush. And I think she can actually do it twice in the most recent version of the build. So she can air for 2 damage, which is disgusting. Or if you're trying to hold back, she can get you with the cross-up. We just get the tippy toes there. Not managed to get with the splash. Now he starts throwing out the boot. Oh, the big damage. Yeah. Figured he would know that I would go for the cross-up. He's like, nah, it's going to be same side. Let me just punish you for 3 real quick. I think I could have definitely... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could have punished that with... gotten anything off of that setup for sure. And there is definitely, like, you can, in that sequence, you can choose not to cross up. You can hit from the front. I think it's if you tap versus whether you hold or not. But the cross-ups have been working, so why switch it up? Prove to me you can not... so prove to me you can block it, and then I will switch things up. Basically the name of the game. Oh, I was really hoping, but yeah, I think that super actually has armor as well, or invulnerability as well as armor. So thankfully, I'm able to block the meaty and punish with paintbrush. We are at ace match. Oh, the boot is so good. He's discovered the power. Yeah, that hurt box, or the hitbox definitely extends. Yeah, closes it out in commanding fashion, so nicely done. Take another match. See if I can get at least 1 win. That's going to be the goal. As soon as I can win once against Rook with any with a character, I'll trade stuff out. Yeah, the other thing you can do with Rook, if you have the patience for it, is I guess you can kind of option select both of the aerial moves by holding back, and as soon as they commit to the cross up, as soon as they cross over, if you hit command throw, you will turn around, use the hit of armor to absorb, and they will land, and you will actually grab them for 2. So, so I think if Valerie starts going into the air, that is kind of your first. That should be your first plan of attack. Oh, grabs me right from out from under the sphere or the disc. Yeah, just punish. That was yeah, that was command throw. Command throw has the higher height. Yeah, he's finding his timing with the the totem head. Okay, so that's not too bad. We're both at 2 hit points apiece. I was able to hit twice before his move worked. Or before he grabbed me completely. Okay, we've got setups here. Okay, luckily, supers go through armor. And we get the cross up. Oh, thank God. Okay, we're back. We're back in this set. We can do this. We can clutch this out. There we go. Full damage there. Half health. Half health combos. Pretty good. That's definitely meeting me in the air here. Okay, thankfully the super knocks him out of that. Yeah, there you go. You can see, you know, he uses the armor on that command throw to get through. And luckily luckily for me in this instance, Rook's hurt box is quite large, so that king has a lot, or that splash move has a lot of room to find its mark. Air lariat, he's finding his air maneuvers. Trying to push a button there. So all of those air moves are unsafe on block. Lariat in particular. So Lariat and the head, I think, are both unsafe on block. His splash is very safe, like is very plus. So you can always follow up the Rook's splash with usually the boot, just combos nicely into the boot. Or if you think they're going to be pushing a button, if they've got an antsy, you can push his neutral A to sweep and knock down. That is a panic disc doing absolutely nothing over on the left side of the screen. Tag him for 1. Just trying not to die here. Okay, there we go. We waited it out, and that's definitely good. Oh, okay. We managed to just get out of there. And that should be, oh, one more. We got to find one more. There we go. Yeah, pretty sure that was cross up. Yeah, some of them are really hard to tell. Like, can be quite difficult. Oh, we got the unfortunate trade there. Okay, thankfully there he got the timing wrong, so we were able to combo. And again, get the hop. Started learning that if I hit him in the air, I have to immediately do something else. I do not have the advantage time. But we got our win. Switch to something else. At this point, Raziek turns to me and he's like, Joe would really like this. Rook is really strong in this game. So I share with him the unfortunate news that he did receive a couple of nerfs. And some of his easier matchups got a few buffs on the other side, which is, you know, it's just good for other people, I guess. If you're into, like, you know, balanced games or whatever, I suppose it's good. If you just want the best character in the game to be awesome all the time and great, then, you know, mixed reviews. Yeah, trying out DeGray versus Rook. I know that I had incredible success in this matchup against the Michigan boys. They came to visit, so yeah, it's definitely not on them. It's a difficult matchup for DeGray. You just have, like, Rook has a ton of options against DeGray's stuff. DeGray's ground super is kind of a liability because it is a counter, and counters, you know, are throwable, and you want to be pushing. Like, command throw is such a good move in this matchup that, like, why would you not be doing it? Raziek seeing how degenerate he can be. See if we can get 3 points of damage here. Oh no, get clipped by the hurt box there. Trying to make my approach. And that's free punish, yeah. So yeah, like any of the backswing moves, any of those are incredibly vulnerable to command throw. All right, there we go. So that's what we want to do. We need to punish aerial moves and get counter hits on aerial moves with air super. So we deal 3 damage that way. And we want to be always capitalizing on crossovers. Yeah, we want to do that. We definitely want to land those. But we want to capitalize on cross-ups with that 3 that three damage combo. So as soon as that starts happening, it becomes a much better game for De. Unfortunately, I'm still having difficulty exactly judging the aerial movement of that jump is really weird, and you kind of have to time it very differently. So I'm definitely still learning that stuff. It's my day 1 De, okay? I'm definitely learning to immediately follow up Ghost with some kind of move, so that if it does work, I'm immediately ready to pile bunker. Trying to get him to... Oh, yeah. Oh, he tickles me with the vines. Luckily, that would have been lethal, so luckily I was just outside of range there. That was really, really close. I probably deserved to die on that one. Okay, there we go. 2 damage combo. Oh, no. I didn't believe. Gotta believe. Thought for sure he would block it. Get me with the air stomps. If I don't block it, it knocks me down. Yeah, Rook is fantastic. He just has, like... Man, he feels good to play. He feels so good to play. De feels weird. I don't know. I'm just not interested enough in kind of his cool stuff is not the cool stuff that I really enjoy doing. So, you know, cool as he is, I'm just not going to be... I'm probably not going to ever really dedicate much time to learning. Fortunately, Ghost Chan is not stronger than ground supers. Or at least not specifically that ground super. I don't know how it fares against others. Okay, there we go. We got the ground counter of our own, which is nice. 3 damage. Alright, we're punishing this rock monster. It's all going well for us. But then we make one silly mistake and we get punished here. Come on, 3 hit points to spend. Oh, thank God. Okay, we're still alive. Do we get it? Yeah. Nice. Okay, 1-1. We're doing okay. Okay, that's fine. That is excellent. Very happy with that. I should be trying like forward A. I'm not sure how good that is. Like if it beats the air, like the thwomp move. I don't know if it catches the thwomp. Nice. Get some weird cross-up hitbox action there. Okay, there we go. We didn't need the ghost. We didn't get to check the science, but we were able to close things out. Nice. Okay, good. I was hoping that okay, yeah. Okay, so forward A does not work against command throw. That's good to learn. That's a free throw punish. I think he waited long enough that I could have just held. Actually, it was a normal throw, so I could have done nothing and been in a seriously good place. Okay, so it does look like it works on the thwomp. Difficult to really tell. That should be 3 damage. Oh, just 1 damage. Okay. Yeah, the weird weird hurt box on that on the thwomp. It looks like. We didn't cross over, and that's lethal. Okay, still 2-2. See if we can make something happen here. Okay, that's good but unfortunate. We get a bit of a scramble there. He gets the air super. Hasn't really done air super at all because ground super has just been so good. But thankfully, he's been relying a little bit too much on that rock armor, so I'm able to punish that with ground super counter. All right. Okay, we're a game away from taking the set. Or at least this round, I should say. Sorry. Okay, we get the counter hit. Moves him too far, though. I don't think it was going to work. Oh. And yeah, I don't think there's anything that he has that can keep him in the air. I guess I could have air supered and been safe there. Okay, what's it going to be? 3 damage? Oh, no, we're just out of there. Yeah, and the thwomp gets us in the end. Okay, ace match. Thwomp. 4 thwomps. Yep. Expecting cross-up splash. Just gonna do it until I learn. Like, and that's one of the great things about this game in terms of like for new players. Like Raziek is by no means an inexperienced player, and GG by the way, is by no means an inexperienced fighting game player. Like he's very strong in Smash. He's played some other stuff, I think. So like he's definitely like he's definitely good at the game. But like if you're new players and you're playing this, the nice thing is like just like in something like make an analogy to Street Fighter. Like let's say one of you is playing Chun-Li or E Honda. Like as soon as you discover that you have like 100 hand slaps or the like the kicks, like whoever discovers that first, like what's your first instinct? You just start doing that move like over and over and over again. And like for a while it just works, right? Your opponent has no idea what to do. And then they figure something out, and the only difference, like the same thing happens here. The only difference is it's very likely that very simple move, like that 100 hand slaps, which is very easy to execute at low levels of play and is very effective at low levels of play. It's very likely that the counter to it, it's possible that the counter to it involves like just trickier dexterity than your opponent is really able to execute, like depending on their familiarity with fighting games, depending on their level of skill. And then you get this like, you get the sneaky hate spiral of like, oh, you're just going to do that thing. It's so cheap. It promotes that scrub mentality of like, oh, just ban that move. It was fun when you didn't know how to do that. Or like play somebody else because I can't beat you with that character. Whereas with this, like every move is easy to execute. And every move has a counter. So like maybe so somebody just starts doing 100 hand slaps. It's like, okay, well, let's try different. You do the same process, right? You just try different stuff and you see what works. So like try blocking it. Can I punish it with throw? Try blocking it. Can I punish it with anything, with super? Try throwing out my own moves preemptively. Oh, that one worked. Okay, I'll start doing that preemptively. And then you get this cycle of learning, right? Then you're engaged you get this ground floor cycle going where you're like, okay, it's a simple strategy executed badly, and what's the counter to it? Okay, I've got to figure that out. Okay, that starts developing some actual, like you might develop a like what I would call like a proto footsies thing where it's like, okay, one of you starts controlling the neutral with a particular move, and it's up to the other person to like start jumping in or figuring out something that has higher priority, or like starts punishing it with super. And then it becomes a game of like, okay, maybe they start punishing it with super, and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to control the neutral with this move until they have super. And then once they have super, I'm going to have to like try to anticipate or try to like bait it or try to make something happen to make, to put the advantage back on my side. And it's just, it feels so good to be doing that stuff. Because of course that happens in every fighting game. But depending on the differentials in skill, like you're just playing different games. Like unless the more experienced player is going to be handicapping themselves to like only using like, okay, I'm only going to use fireballs and DPs, and it's up to you. Like I'm going to like willfully hold myself back so that I can put myself in a place where I'm using a fairly simple but effective strategy, and you are learning by trying to overcome it with whatever tools you have at your disposal. Whereas in this, it just happens much more quickly, and the playing field is much more even that way. Like, even a very experienced player will have to learn the move set for their character. That takes some time. At the same time, that inexperienced player has the tools they need to be able to start effectively doing that learning process. And so you don't as much have to hold yourself back so that you are playing something approximating the same game. So I think that was the last match. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And again, I can't wait till online comes. I will be bringing you way more of this game when it happens. Until then, enjoy yourselves some Fantasy Strike, enjoy yourselves some fighting games, and I will see you next time. Cheers.